You walk into a store you've been going to your whole life, same aisles, same shelves, same you, but the same cart that used to feel normal now costs almost double, and nothing in your basket actually changed. So, what did? The answer isn't really about bread or gas or rent. It's about something invisible happening to the money itself, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's start with the thing nobody tells you about money. Money isn't valuable because it's paper. It's valuable because there's a limited amount of it. Think of it like tickets to a concert. If only 100 tickets exist, each one is worth a lot. But if you suddenly print 1 million tickets, each ticket is worth almost nothing. Money works exactly the same way. The more of it that exists, the less each piece is worth. And here's the uncomfortable part. The amount of money in the world is always growing. A lot. So where does all this new money come from? Not a printer in a basement. That's the myth. Most new money is created by banks. Every time someone takes out a loan, when the bank approves your loan, it doesn't hand you old savings. It simply types a new number into your account. Money that did not exist 1 second earlier. Multiply that by millions of loans, and the ocean of money keeps rising. Then come the moments when even more is created at once. In a crisis, governments and central banks flood the system with money to keep everything from collapsing. It often works, but it leaves far more money chasing the same amount of stuff. And that's the real engine of rising prices. Too much money, not enough things. When everyone has more cash, they're all willing to pay more for the same loaf. So the price floats up, not because the bread got better, but because your money got weaker. That slow weakening has a name: inflation. But inflation isn't the only thing pushing prices. Sometimes the problem isn't too much money, it's not enough stuff. Picture the whole world's goods riding on ships, trucks, and trains. Now picture all of it getting tangled at once. A factory closes here. A port jams there. Suddenly the shelves can't be refilled fast enough. And when something is scarce, people pay almost anything to get it. Same hunger, fewer things, higher prices. Now here's where it gets sneaky. Prices rarely come back down. They work like a ratchet, clicking up but almost never back. So even small increases stack on top of each other, year after year after year, and they compound, like a snowball. A little roll at first, then bigger, then unstoppable. That's why prices from your childhood sound made up. It's not that things were cheap, it's that your money was strong back then, and it's been quietly shrinking ever since. Which brings us to the part that actually affects you. Inflation is basically a hidden tax, one nobody ever voted for. Every dollar sitting still in your account slowly loses a little of its power, while you did nothing wrong. And wages, they almost always lag behind. So even when your paycheck grows, it often buys less than it used to. That's the trap most people never notice, running faster, just to stay in place. But here's the twist the system doesn't advertise. The same force that punishes cash quietly rewards people who own things. Because while money weakens, houses, stocks, and assets tend to float up with the prices. And debt, inflation slowly eats it alive. That's why the people who understand this play a different game. They don't just hold money, they turn it into things that grow. Same snowball, but now it's rolling for them, not against them. So the next time prices jump and it feels personal, remember, it's not really about the bread. It's about the slow, invisible shrinking of the money in your hand. The store didn't change. The world didn't get greedier overnight. The rules of money were just always working in the background, and now you can finally see them. Which raises an even stranger question. If money can just be created out of nothing, then where does money actually come from in the first place? That one's stranger than you'd think, and it's right here.